And if he'll give me the note, and there we go. There we go. Hit that music. I love this music. It's the kind of music you would like sit outside to a campfire. You got your beer, your bong, and all of a sudden Bigfoot comes out of the woods, just sits down next to you. You pass him a beer. There comes a damn alien. He comes down. You pass him a bong.
Yeah.
And there goes a Loch Ness monster. You chop that motherfucker up and feed him. You grill him.
Sushi.
You get some sushi. You can't go wrong with some sushi.
There you go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Weird Frequencies, broadcasting live. Well, I'm in my basement. Adam is in his Casa de Gentry.
Live from Taylorville.
Live from Taylorville.
Whatever that happens to mean to you.
Rob is unfortunately stuck at work tonight and gave me the blessing to do a show tonight. And I figured, what better person to do a show with? I did a show last week with Bubba, and Bubba's fun. I love Bubba. Don't get me wrong. Bubba, love you to death. I figured I'd go and give Adam a shot too, because I know Adam and I have talked for years about doing a podcast, and well, maybe this will be the one. Maybe Adam can jump in and become a third member. You have a very down-to-earth style when it comes to this stuff.
I try. I mean, it's good to look at things through a logical lens, but some of the stuff, you got to admit, there's a lot of things going on with it that you really got to look at from different angles, and sometimes things just are that can't be explained.
And tonight, I really wanted to hit the news. I really wanted to do a show because there is a lot that happened this week in regards to the paranormal. I'll just read you a few of the articles I had that we're going to talk about. We might have actually discovered a way to develop and sustain antimatter. Google's AI offers some strange advice how to capture Bigfoot. I wonder if they're going to say rush that monkey. Underwater volcano, the largest underwater volcano on Earth, just erupted 7,300 years ago, is now considered the largest eruption of all time. We got a kayaker in the Amazon being chased by a mystery creature, and we got some pretty cool ghost and UFO stuff to talk about. So stick around. This will be a good episode, I think. This will be good episode. And I brought Adam on because, like I said, Adam's very down to earth. He's very skeptical. Everybody knows I love to search for ghosts. I love to believe in aliens. Bigfoot's kind of where I draw the line. I don't really believe in Bigfoot. However, Adam, what would you say? You're kind of skeptical in some of this stuff?
I'm openly skeptical.
Right.
I'm not closed-minded. It's definitely not, I don't believe. But if I look at it, it's going to be with a little bit of science. It's going to be with a little bit of logic. And if there's an answer, there's an answer. If there's not, then you got to keep searching. That's all there is to it.
Right. And that really usually is a thing, is whatever remains is usually, if you remove every question and everything like that, what usually remains is the obvious answer.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is, whenever something happens, I want to believe, oh, dude, it's this, it's this, and it's not always that. And the only way for you to actually get the actual truth as to what it is to actually sit down, to try to debunk it, and go from there. And if it doesn't come back, you can't debunk it, then it must be something else, which doesn't always. Go ahead.
Yeah, if there's no answers to your debunking questions, or all your answers are nope, then it's got to be something else. And you just got to keep searching. It's got to be something. There's got to be an answer somewhere, even if it's not where you're looking.
Right. I see Irene is joining us. Irene, congratulations. It's been almost, a month sobriety?
Yeah, it's been 28 days, I believe, is what she said earlier today.
Congrats.
Yeah. I know. She's putting in that work, man.
But, hey, Congrats.
Yeah.
More power to you. More power to you. Keep going. Keep
Congrats
going.
to you, Irene.
Yeah, amen. Congrats. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get some news stories. I've shared a couple links. So let's go ahead and start off with this one. This is one that came out the other day. I heard it on the news. And it's something that I think could possibly be a solution. You know, we're always trying to find a new energy source. Let's be honest. You know, the planet is warming up. Global warming's the thing. Fossil fuels, however you look at it, either way, fossil fuels are eventually going to run out. You're going to run out of oil and all that stuff. The scientists at CERN have been trying for years to develop something that they didn't really think they could develop, which was, of course, antimatter or positronium, as they're calling it.
Okay.
Well, that might have been possibly changed. Positronium can generate huge amounts of energy. It can shed light on antimatter, which has existed at the beginning of the universe, and studying it could revolutionize physics, cancer treatment, and maybe even space travel. Now, I don't know about the cancer treatment. I don't know how you have cancer? Well, let's hit you with antimatter and pray to God you don't turn into the Incredible Hulk.
Now, I do have a fun fact about antimatter.
What's that?
It's actually one of the most expensive materials on the planet. 1 gram of antimatter is worth $66 trillion.
Holy shit.
Now, to put that into perspective, the world economy as of like a few months ago was $88 trillion.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Holy
So to get a gram of this is grossly expensive.
Dude, if you get a gram of antimatter and you can keep it self-sustaining, you own the planet. You now are the richest. You can literally buy the planet. That's insane.
You have the ability to own the planet. People would have to give you their stuff.
Right. Well, the problem with antimatter has always been that they can't keep it sustained. Antimatter is they can create it for like 12.9 seconds and then it phases out because it burns itself so fast.
Yeah.
Well, now scientists believe they have found the solution to keep antimatter around and self-sustaining. That is, quote, freezing it with lasers. So they're going to try and use, physicists are in love with positronium, said Dr. Ruggiero, I butchered that name.
Ruggiero
Caravita, who led the research at the European Organization of Nuclear Research, or CERN, which we all know they had that super collider, which Rob believes is what's allowing monsters and UFOs and all types of weird stuff happening. I just think it's a super collider. Now the entire field of study is unblocked. What is positronium? A lot of you might be asking. It's a so-called exotic atom consisting of both matter and antimatter, so it's very unusual stuff indeed. Matter is what the world around us is made of, including the stars, planets, and us. Antimatter is the opposite. It's created from equal amounts when the universe was born, but exists over fleetingly in nature now, with very little occurring naturally to the cosmos. So what they want to try and do, and here's a small little. So here's a regular hydrogen atom. You can see the electron goes in a circle, and the proton usually stays in here. Whereas a positronium atom, the positron is going in the same direction as the electron. So it's kind of like, instead of the proton staying in the center, the proton is in the sides, also circling around the atom, which is really interesting.
Now, because usually in an atom structure, it's just electrons in the rings. To have a positive charge, a positive charged electron in the outer ring is beyond rare. And the fact that it doesn't have a nucleus because of that is, just makes it so much more unique.
Yeah, that is interesting. But cooling it slows the atoms down, making it easier for scientists to study. Up until now, the coldest temperatures for positronium in a vacuum has been around 100 degrees, 100 Celsius, which I'm not sure. This America, we don't use Celsius. The CERN team has now brought that down to more than negative 100 Celsius using a technique called laser cooling. It is difficult and intricate process where laser light is shown at the atoms to stop them jiggling about so much. The research has been published in scientific journal Physical Review letters. So what they, and also of course positronium or antimatter was first detected by scientists in the US in 1951, but it's been difficult to study because the atoms move around a lot because it is known as the lightest atom. So what they want to do, they want to shoot this laser and see if is becoming unable to research it. The laser has to be frozen at negative 260 degrees, 260 Celsius. So what they want to do is they want to freeze it and study the atom.
Yeah.
Obviously, and here's what they're talking about. They're talking about it can be used for interstellar travel, but we also see it's talking about, medical imaging, cancer treatments. I don't know how an energy source like this could be used for cancer. My concern is, this is my concern. Have you ever seen the movie Oppenheimer?
I actually haven't seen the show, but I've done a lot of studies on Oppenheimer and the Manhattan Project and stuff like that.
Oppenheimer was one of the best films of 2023. Just chef's kiss film. My concern is that if they discover a means to actually sustain or create antimatter, how long is it going to be until some government gets the idea to weaponize this shit? That's scary.
That's usually how a lot of our discoveries go. They start off as being weaponized. Right. And then they become reverted to how can we use this in practical life? You look at the atomic bombs and then see how it was moved to, well, how can we harness its energy into like nuclear power plants?
Yep.
And stuff. So yeah, it's just usually how it goes.
I don't know. My concern, antimatter, everything you hear about it, Barbenheimer. I knew that was that damn Barbie movie. When I went and saw Oppenheimer, I saw grown men taking their daughters, their wives, their buddies to go see that Barbie movie. And then they'd come out and turn right around and go into Oppenheimer. I'm like, what in the hell is this? I just went straight for...
It was a bargain made between them and their spouse or whatever.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll go watch this girly movie with you as long as I can watch this other movie as well.
I have not seen Barbie. I will not see Barbie. I know there are grown men out there who were bragging about seeing Barbie. I did not. I went and saw Oppenheimer, and you could literally hear as my movie was beginning, that silence as they're getting ready to play the credits.
Yeah.
You could hear the Barbie movie loud and through the walls singing, "I'm a Barbie girl." And I was like, you gotta be shitting me. You are ruining my immersion. No. Yeah, Barbenheimer was a real thing. Irene is correct. Oh shit! You haven't seen Barbie, I don't think, have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I'm trying so hard to avoid girly movies for now, but having a 2.5-month-old daughter, it'll hit eventually.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
I'm gonna have to do things like see those movies, probably get my nails done by her when she's way too young.
You're gonna have
at least I'm not gonna have to do my hair with her because I don't have enough to get that done. So
you're gonna have the daddy daughter tea parties, all that stuff. It's coming.
I think I kind of have to.
You're saying I'm not making fun of you. No, it's kind of a requirement for when you have a daughter. You
Yeah.
have to, yeah. The only way that doesn't happen is if your daughter turns into a super tomboy, where she's talking about transmissions, cars,
Yeah.
concerts, all that stuff. Which 9 times out of 10, very few chances of that happening.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I have no problem with a girl getting dirty and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But I know that eventually there's going to be a girly phase. Just
Yes.
for however long or short, it's gonna be there.
Well, let's
So yeah.
see. My husband and our daughters had daddy-daughter zombie wars with Nerf.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'd be in for that. But knowing me,
I
I'd be all tactical and actually take it seriously, throw a flashbang in the room, and that's my daughter. No.
get one of the Nerf guns that mounts on like tank track so you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
take it out and it has a camera on it.
A little mobile drone turret,
Yep.
or what we called it? We called it R2D2, R2 Death 2. That's what they called it. There's an actual name for it. I can't remember. It was just rolling out, and the government just purchased the rights to it when I was leaving the military.
Okay.
It is a mobile, like 50 caliber turret on
Yeah.
a drone or something like that.
Yeah, getting one on a flying drone that's angled down naturally. So you
Yeah.
can just bring it down, pop, 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 pop.
Don't give him ideas. Yeah, don't give me ideas. What was it? Because see, here's a picture of it. If I can remember, what I'm talking about. This is what, for those of you wondering what we're talking about, this is like what we called it in the military, R2 Death 2. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's got 4 203 shells, which are also auto loading. Then you got your 50 caliber, or that looks like it's a saw. That's a modular advanced arm robotic system.
Okay, so for the Nerf version of it, you just get like a belt fed Nerf gun.
Yeah, yeah. Or you get those just make sure it's got plenty of batteries in it.
Yeah, or you get a few of the drum loading Nerf guns
Yeah. Yeah,
and just do that.
I like how this also has a trophy system to keep missiles from locking onto it. You got the big ass
Yeah.
camera here, and you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 laser sights. It's like, how many laser sights do you need to drive this thing?
That depends.
That's true, yeah. Oh, it has a specific name. It's in service right now. I forget what it's called. But forget Nerf and switch it up for paintballs. Oh,
Yeah.
I think paintball might be a little too much. Daddy, you want to have a Nerf zombie day? Let me load up
Now,
the
see,
paintball rounds.
if you're gonna do that, the girls have to be like 16 or something, and then you can do paintballs. And if you get hit, you just kind of have to suck it up.
I
But it's
think
not like pepper balls being shot at each other.
no.
Yeah.
I think DCFS would definitely have an issue with that.
Well, if you wait until after they're 18,
Yeah.
then there's no issue.
Well, as soon as they're 18, they're probably going to try and replicate the same thing with their boyfriends or husbands or something like that.
That would be kind of funny, honestly,
Yeah.
especially if you don't like the boyfriend. Watching
Yeah.
your little girl take him out.
Well, let's keep the science going in this one.
All right.
All right. So we were talking about global warming a minute ago when it came to positronium. I can't.
Yeah, Irene, you're not wrong.
I love Irene. She's not wrong, but
Yeah.
all right. So everybody knows global warming has been a big thing right now. It's happening. Well, now East Coast cities are sinking at a shocking rate from NASA's recent image photos.
Okay.
Satellite images reveal that the rate of cities along the East Coast, including New York, Baltimore, and Charleston, are sinking into the ground. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Al Gore's movie claimed they'd all be underwater by now, right?
Yeah, give or take a few years.
I think that's been the big controversy and the big argument against it is because he claimed to be underwater by like 2010, 2020 or something like that. There'd be like
Yeah,
a day after tomorrow type scenario where it rains and it floods the cities.
yeah,
Obviously, that hasn't happened yet. You never know.
yeah.
Well, the images revealed by NASA's Earth Observatory on February 20th show land movement across the East Coast with areas in dark blue sinking at the fastest rate. The
Okay.
subsidence threatens infrastructure, farmlands, wetlands, especially as sea levels rise. So here's the actual rate they've been growing. Between 2007 and 2020, the ground underneath New York, Baltimore, and Norfolk, Virginia sank by an average of 0.04 and 0.08. So 1 to 2 millimeters.
Yeah.
So they're they're sinking, but very slowly.
But yeah, 1 to 2 millimeters in 13 years.
Yes,
Yeah.
which the satellite data showed in several counties in Delaware, Maryland, South Carolina, and Georgia sank at double or triple the rate, according to a study published in January 2nd.
Okay.
So, in a sense, here's the map, and here's all the areas, of course, that are affected by this flooding. As you can see
But
here, less than
barely any of it's Florida.
you are wrong. There's like this little dab here, little side, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's
Other than
it.
that, Florida seems pretty cool.
Yeah, I think
Florida man will live on.
I think if somehow they actually have this day after tomorrow scenario where it just floods, I think somehow I will be shocked if Florida survives.
Yeah, because I'm surprised it doesn't go um around the tip of Florida, like all the way around the peninsula. It's just
Yeah.
on the one side and it's not that much.
And you figure it would also be along the West Coast too,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's all
Yeah.
East Coast.
Yeah.
I see the planet. This is the thing. This is my belief. If you look at the fossil record, you look at the Earth's history as a whole, there have been moments of global warming and global cooling. Obviously, ice ages. We just recently discovered that during the dinosaur era, the Mesozoic, when the Earth's average air temperature was 120 degrees, there were still ice caps. There was still ice caps. It wasn't like polar like it is now, but there was tundra, like up in Canada during the winter. They actually had frozen areas. But it kind of makes you wonder, and this is why I think global warming is legitimate, and I think the carbon we're releasing into the air is accelerating it. But if this is what they're afraid of, less than 2 inches, it's like what they say it was 4 millimeters per
It's
year.
it's 1 to 2 millimeters in 13 years is what the study said.
Right. That
And
could,
then 4 millimeters per year is what you have highlighted on there.
yeah. The fact
And
that's
that's
what
in Charleston, South Carolina.
Charles is, yeah. The downtown area is just 10 feet above sea level. That could be global warming, or could that be erosion?
I think it kind of have to be a combination of the two.
It could
But
be.
even Irene's comment there about Florida already being below sea level, you'd think that any flooding would hit it that much harder,
Yeah.
wouldn't you? I
You think,
mean, logically speaking, that's what you would think. If the sea is coming in, or if the ocean is coming in and it's below sea level to start,
uh-huh.
then erosion's going to happen because the ocean's coming in, thus causing the chances of flooding to be that much higher, especially in areas like swamplands and stuff like that, where there's already existing water.
Yes. I personally think it's a combination of global warming and erosion. And I think personally, if it's only like a few meters, all we gotta do is just like maybe we get antimatter. We turn antimatter to a fuel source. Maybe we can stop global warming. My problem is you notice every time there's a political change, it's election year.
Yeah.
Every time these studies come out left and right, the ocean levels are rising. There are more holes in the ozone layer, which a couple of years ago they claimed, oh, the holes in the ozone layer are patching up, especially over Antarctica, which was the big concern. You have these cases of cancer that are up. You always see this shift where it's like, at first it's like, oh, global warming is improving, we're doing good, and that's usually on an election year. And then 4 years later, it'll be the exact opposite. Global warming is horrible. We're all going to flood. It's like,
Well, you do have to remember some of these scientific studies, as new administrations come in, they have new groups who have to approve their grants for
right.
study.
And
So,
it kind of makes me wonder, like, can we actually get a legitimate answer on this?
I don't think we're ever going to get an actual legitimate answer. Just because there's always going to be a need to get that money for further study. They're going to give the part of it that works to what would really pull the cash in.
Uh-huh.
But until the study is actually complete, which usually it doesn't, they stop once they get the answer they want, and then just halt all the studies. That's why we don't have long-term studies of certain things, because we found a short-term answer.
Right.
They get the money, they do what they can, they find the answer they're looking for, and they stop.
Irene raises a good point. Global warming is going to make the polar bears go extinct. Well, we don't know how bad global warming is actually going to get because we can't get an honest answer. Like Adam said, we're not going to get an honest answer. It seems like it changes because it's like you said, one group says this, well, then the next administration brings their group in to. How do you think of this? Check this over. Well, I don't think polar bears are going anywhere. I personally think, yes, it's a rough patch. I think it's definitely warm out. You got ice caps that are melting. That's an obvious. I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
But I personally think at some point, if it got out of hand, there are groups that have been taking animals for, like, in case a species goes extinct. You have zoos that have polar bear specimens. I think if a polar bear went extinct and all of a sudden the polar region just flourished and, was magnificent, beautiful again, like we all know it is now, like even better, I think it'd only be a matter of time until some world government started releasing some captive polar bears into the wild, maybe rehabilitating them or something like that.
It really wouldn't surprise me if there are facilities that have sources of DNA for polar bears and other animals that may find themselves in jeopardy if certain things occur. Ones that are in zoos and stuff just aren't going to fare well and aren't going to acclimate back into their original ecosystems.
Right, but that's why you have what is it called? The sanctuaries, the global sanctuaries, as they call them. It's just an area that is kept, and they basically live in just like a large area. And Irene, zoos and SeaWorld are different. SeaWorld, I disagree with 100% because SeaWorld, they want you to pay to see these animals. They want you to pay to go and see a whale do tricks. I would rather see a whale do its own thing in its natural habitat. I don't want to see a whale jump out of the water. I don't know about you, Adam.
They do essentially the same thing, even as close as the Shedd Aquarium in Chicago. You can go up and see dolphin shows, and you have to pay to see those.
But
there's money in the entertainment.
Yeah.
But is it really worth teaching the dolphins to do these flips and tricks? Really?
I would rather see a whale or a dolphin I don't need to see no tricks. Oh, it jumped out of the water. Okay, that's cool. I want to see the dolphin actually just be a dolphin.
Yeah.
Swim. I want to see it eat fish, talk to other dolphins, that kind of stuff. there's an interesting video out where they put a mirror up to a dolphin tank, and you see the dolphins reacting like, "Holy shit! What?" That's what I want to see. I don't want to see no jumps. I don't want to see no anything like that. Dolphins enjoy the engagement and enrichment. Yeah, and that's why they stay in pods.
Yeah.
Let's get to one more news story. And this is a big one. So, you know you have a tailbone, right?
Last I checked, when I fell on it, yeah, it's very much there.
That little annoying piece of shit bone in your bottom half.
Yeah.
And every once in a while you slip on or fall on, and you're just like, son of a bitch, that hurt. Well, now scientists have discovered the reason why humans no longer have tails. They
Okay.
have discovered that tails are like what do they call it? It's got a certain term for it, but it's technically a form of junk DNA, kind of like wisdom
Like
teeth.
a prehensile tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that tail in the picture there.
Yeah,
A prehensile tail.
Yeah, more or less. Our tail is most evident for a period around 4 weeks while we are still in the embryo, but while it is no longer helps us balance, it does serve as an attachment point for muscles at the base of the spine. All right, so what it is, it's a genetic mutation. We had a genetic mutation which caused humans to lose their tails. So we are technically supposed to have tails.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just through a genetic mutation, it was responsible for us losing our tail millions of years ago.
I mean, a lot of evolutions happen because of such mutations.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So, and they'll continue to happen as long as there are any types of living species on any given planet.
So
Supposedly.
what they're saying is that technically humanity is supposed to have a tail.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting because that means we are more in line with, the chimpanzee, or not the chimpanzees, regular monkeys than we are like chimpanzees, gorillas. The big argument is that we're like gorillas or something.
Okay.
And I don't know what Irene just sent me. I don't even know if I can show this on the air. I don't know. Irene, I love you, but what is this?
Yeah, I see the line, and yes, Irene, they do. They're the only other species that do.
No,
But
I'm not talking about what's Irene is saying in the chat.
Okay.
Not at all. I'm talking about what Irene just private messaged me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what she said there.
I don't know
Obviously.
if I can show this, but it looks like two people with some form of tail. I think it's a human tail. See, if this was my show, I would show it, but this is Rob's show. I don't think I can show it because it kind of shows somebody with their pants somewhat down.
We'll err on the side of caution, Tyler.
Yeah, I think that's the best.
Yeah.
Let me do this since she did, because I do know there are cases of it. It's science. It's
for scientific reasons, Irene. Is that what you're saying? Because I don't think this is a scientific picture.
I will check this on YouTube. It's a what if though.
Irene, send me the picture too, so I can see what Tyler's on about.
Yeah, I don't know if you
because I know she can send it to me through Messenger. So.
Yeah, there are cases of humans being born with tails. That much that there are some cases.
Yeah.
But it's also very rare, and 9 times out of 10, the tail either gets. I'm 99% sure the picture is created. Somebody's pick. I know some people are born with human tails. Some people are born with tails. It's just sometimes they're either surgically removed or the tails shrivel up and die or
Yeah.
just fall off. So, but yeah, I won't be showing Irene's picture. But that was something I did not think I'd see today.
Yeah, don't show that picture,
Did,
Tyler.
did she send it to you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we were good enough just saying,
Yeah.
it was just thank you, Irene.
Yeah.
All
Thank you,
right.
Irene, for your submission. Um, if it were any other show, maybe,
Yes.
but
Yes.
we'll have to respectfully decline.
Yeah. All right, let's get to what everybody else wants to talk about. Bigfoot. Let's get some Bigfoot stuff.
Okay.
And this is somebody get Bubba in here.
Mm.
Google's AI has offered some strange advice on how to capture Bigfoot.
Hashtag rush that monkey.
Hashtag rush that monkey. That better be one of the damn answers. Just rush it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rush it. With artificial intelligence slowly but surely becoming increasingly significant in our part of our lives, it stands to reason that sooner or later AI would be consulted in an effort to solve some of the world's most prominent unsolved mysteries. This is an interesting situation. The artificial intelligence was consulted in this particular instance was Google's Bard AI. I'm not familiar with the Bard. I know Rob is huge on the AI stuff.
Is that what you guys played with the other night? Like just coming up with different pictures and stuff?
Yeah, that's the one. That's like I don't think that's the. No, that was like Galileo or Leonardo.
Okay.
It was Leonardo. Leonardo's name of it.
Okay.
It was. I knew it was named after a Ninja Turtle.
Okay.
But this one I think is more like you ask a question and it gives you advice.
Okay.
So they asked the AI, how could you catch Bigfoot? And the AI's response was, I like this quote here, was bizarre, to put it mildly. I have heard this, and I think this is. I hope Bubba or Steve, 'cause I know those two believe in Bigfoot 100%. So I hope you're taking notes. So
Well, if I remember correctly, I think Steve is busy right now. But if Bubba can get in,
yeah, I think it's
it'd be good to see his insight.
I just wanted to watch in the chat room and see what he says. It suggested the prospective Bigfoot hunters employ elaborate displays with flashing lights, strange sounds, and irresistible scents to pique its curiosity.
To peak.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
To pique.
All right.
To pique this goddamn curiosity and draw. I can't read where the damn and draw it out. So what they want to do, what it's suggesting is to get Bigfoot to come to you. You don't rush the monkey. No. You use elaborate displays with flashing lights, strange sounds, and irresistible scents to pique its interest.
Yeah. You romance the monkey, apparently.
That sounds like what you're doing. You're trying to get the monkey out on the dance floor. You're playing some music, maybe some, some classic Nirvana, maybe some Jefferson Starship or something like that. Steve Miller Band or something like that. Here's where it gets interesting. This was followed up with the suggestion that a giant net be used to actually capture the animal because the average Bigfoot is large enough to be caught in a giant net. So no. You don't use
further down. Oh gosh, further down.
Oh, okay. Google's Bard AI did decide it would be a good idea for the creature's kidnappers to dress up in elaborate Bigfoot costumes and attempt to infiltrate its community. Create life-size, realistic Bigfoot suits and costumes to gain trust.
It's like during the ... between costumes and to gain trust, it's like, wear realistic Bigfoot suits and costumes. To gain trust.
Oh, that is.
Oh gosh, Google, what are you doing to everybody?
So this a million. Let me get it straight. A million, probably $1 trillion computer program that could potentially one day either serve humanity, like on Star Trek, or attack humanity, like on Star Wars.
Yeah.
And what is it suggested to capture Bigfoot? You put on a realistic Bigfoot suit and costume to gain his trust.
And romance it
Yeah. I don't
until
know.
you can trap it in a net.
I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
I
surely
think you'd be taken advantage of by that monkey if you let it get that close.
you're already playing like music. You have these weird scents. You have the flashing lights, and all of a sudden there's a female looking Bigfoot. That Bigfoot's gonna be like, "Oh, hello, beautiful."
Which, you know, when you said female Bigfoot, the first thought that went through my head is a Bigfoot suit with like a string bikini.
The string bikini. It's got like the little pink bow.
Hello, all right.
It's got a pink bow in its hair.
Yeah.
It's got a pink bow in its hair, and it's got like the just lipstick, so it's like just like big giant lips. Oh. That's when all of a sudden you're sitting there. You're dressed up in a Bigfoot outfit of all things. Okay, Herb, we think there's movement. Just stay still. Just stay still. Herb's dressed up with the pink bikini, like a G-string, and that's like,
Yeah.
do I look good enough? Is a zipper shown? Herb, we can't see you. It's kind of dark over there. Herb turns around and sees Bigfoot. First thing that would race through his mind, and that Bigfoot's mind, is this sound. That sound, you're in trouble. That's all I can play because of Facebook, but still.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, rush that monkey. You romance.
No,
that
I think at that point it's romance that monkey.
Yeah, it'd be like an Ace Ventura.
According to Google,
it'd be like an
romance
Ace
that
Ventura
monkey.
where the guy turns around during Silverback season. He sees the monkey. Oh, and the guy's like, "Oh, this is not going to be good." That's sorry, Google. Take that AI offline. Yeah, Irene's even saying that's how I'd catch Bigfoot. That might be.
Yeah.
All right, so this is an interesting story. I'll bring this one up. This will be the next one we talk about since we're on cryptids. We're working through the categories. There's a strange video online that shows a mysterious creature suddenly emerge from the waters of the Amazon River to menace a kayaker. The odd footage reportedly, I like how I have Godzilla up here and then there's The Rock. I just
like you do in World of Tigers,
Yeah, World of Tigers. The odd footage reportedly popped up on social media earlier this week, although the circumstances surrounding the unsettling incident are unspecified. So we don't know who made the video, who recorded it, who posted it. This is one of those things that just popped up out of nowhere. The incident was unspecified in the video, which has gone viral in South America. A sizable creature can be seen swimming up to the kayaker and then creating an enormous disturbance in the water next to the boat. To the credit, the kayaker manages to contain his composure as the eerie event unfolds and somehow does not wind up falling into the water due to the turbulent conditions. Strangely, after the creature causes the most commotion near the boat, several other disturbances can be seen in the river off in the distance. As for what the animal could have been, viewers online have suggested an array of possible suspects, including a freshwater dolphin, an inordinary large catfish, or a manatee. Now, I know there's a lot of videos out there that supposedly show they claim lake monsters or something like that. And turns out they're manatees. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video and let's see what everybody thinks. So I'm going to bring it up any bigger. No, as big as I can get. All right, here we go.
Okay.
That looks like a fish.
Oh,
look at the size of that thing.
Holy cow. New on Fox when catfish attack.
That's still in the area. See, look at that.
Yeah. Whatever it is, there's a lot of them.
I'm gonna say manatee.
Well, my thought is, dolphins usually swim in pods.
Right.
So with that many, that close, it could be, or at least it's not out of the realm of possibility. But when you look at the skin of that fish, that's not dolphin skin.
No, that's not
smooth.
dolphin skin. That's very smooth, but it looks very manatee-like.
Yeah, because even a catfish's skin is smooth.
Yeah, even Irene is saying, manatees gather like that. Manatees do get big.
Mm-hmm.
They might have their babies. They might be a little protected. That's why they're kind of freaking out like that. It might be a place they're
Yeah.
going to, mate or have babies. I don't think it's some dinosaur or mythical sea creature. I don't even think it's a catfish. I think it's adult. I think it's a manatee.
Yeah, I think that's the best guess in this situation. Because, like I said, when you look at the skin on this animal, it's not smooth. So that rules out dolphin and that rules out catfish.
Right. Even
So
Irene is saying the white marks are scars from the boats. Yeah, I can see them. You can see them on that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Do manatees exist in the Amazon River? Yes, they do. There's a species called the Amazonian manatee. Let me close this screen here out, and I'll bring up an image of what it looks like. We can all kind of verify. I think that's what this is. Now, that's one that's kept in the wild, I believe.
Yeah, it has its skin isn't textured, but it's very spotty.
Yeah, now that looks
that one there. Yeah, that one looks very textured. So I think we're kind of on with the manatee theory.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's what it is. It's not some, and the fact there were so many of them too, like you said in the video, I think it's a pod of manatees the guy just stumbled on.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I mean, that's cool. I mean, watch this video again. Look at how fast. I always figured manatees were very slow moving. But watch how fast these guys take off. So you just see like two of them right there. Then there's a third. And then it's just like the boat bumps it, kind of scares it, and boom, they're gone. They take off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are a lot of things like in water, especially when you're dealing with any kind of aquatic creature. It can move faster in the water than it can on land.
Right. And see,
just generally speaking, and that's if it can even come up on land.
And there's so many of them too. So it's like it's gotta be that's what it is. It's a pod of manatees.
Yeah.
That's why I think that's pretty much Irene hit it on the head. It's a pod of manatees.
Yeah.
I kind of hoping I finally got a lake monster, but no, not this year.
Well, I mean, depends upon if you want to call a manatee a lake monster.
Well, if you were to see that giant thing come out of the water and you're there, you might think it's a lake monster, but then all of a sudden you realize it just wants to be your buddy. That's all it wants to do. Well, let's get on. Let's move away from cryptids. Let's get to aliens. This is the one I think I really want to talk about because there's a lot to happen in that this week with extraterrestrials.
Before we get too far away from the AI subject, there was something I read where ChatGPT and their owners are discussing whether or not to put their AI into humanoid androids. I mean, surely we can see things that could inherently go wrong here, right?
I'm just gonna say,
I mean, whether it's Skynet,
yes,
or iRobot, Or, there's so much not right with this.
There's a series of movies explaining why that's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Why are you? Oh, we're not going to get RoboCop. We're getting, like you said, iRobot, Terminator. Then we're going to hear this, and then we're fucked.
It's like, I don't think they're going to hear that.
The robot is going to come on, and it's going to hear that, and it's going to be like, "Oh, you took the Bigfoot results way too seriously."
Yeah.
That's. Irene said, Irene, I can't really see these photos too well, but she sent photos. Here we go. This is a good one here. Listener Irene did send us pictures of manatees. I guess these are photos she's taken. Look at all of them there.
Wow.
That's a lot of I thought manatees were endangered.
I don't know. I don't believe so. I mean, from that picture, I'd say no.
Let's see here.
Unless they're all living in one spot near Irene's neck of the woods.
Are manatees endangered? Let's see. Nearly 2,000 manatees died in okay, that's because of the chemicals. Okay, so the manatee was downlisted from endangered to threatened in 2017. In 2023, the manatees were listed from threatened to mildly threatened. So they're making a comeback. They are making a comeback, which is good. I do think they are protected. Yes. See, I read you like they are protected. So that's cool.
Yep.
They're making a comeback. Let's see. She says those are manatees at Homosassa Springs State Park, Florida. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right. So we were talking, what were we saying? We were going to do aliens next?
Yes.
All right. So there's a video going around. And it's kind of interesting because I heard this video was debunked. Then I heard it wasn't. An alien photograph walking alongside a river in Bolivia. A strange photo has gone viral in Bolivia that shows what some people believe a semi-transparent alien walking alongside a river. The remarkable picture seen in the video above and isolated below reportedly appeared on social media in the country last week. And it's quickly spread like wildfire. It is uncertain who snapped the photo, though it is said to have been taken at the Pilcomayo River, Homosassa. Okay, thank you. I can't read. I'm dyslexic. In the image, a man can be seen standing on the riverbank of the bank of the river, and the alleged alien in question appears in the background as if it were inadvertently photographed by the person behind the camera. As one might imagine, there is considerable debate on social media in Bolivia as to the veracity of the photo. Asked for by national media outlet for his take on the curious image, Javier Carlos Cordeiro, one of the country's leading UFO researchers, observed that the anomaly seen in the picture looks like a transparent being with long limbs, typical of a gray being. That said, he expressed some revelations about the tantalizing photo, arguing that it must undergo a process of analysis. So here's the problem. The original photo is gone.
Oh.
See if I can.
That sucks.
But according to the article, actually, I think I found it. I believe I might have found it, but I can't make it any bigger. So we're going to go to the video in question because according to the website, the video has it. So I'll hit play on this.
Ustedes lo siguiente, se trata de la
I don't think anybody can release this. I don't know if anybody knows that language. We just want to get to the photo in question. Where is it? All right. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
And I can't pause it. Great.
Of course.
Let me see if I can. All right. So the photo's still there. Okay. Let me see if I can't. Can I screenshot this? Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Okay, here we go. I screenshotted it. All right. Let me bring the image back up, and boom, there you go.
Okay. Yep. So I'm zooming in like really close on my screen, and you can definitely see it. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
I mean, it doesn't look like the sticks in the background. The head seems fairly clear.
You can see the head. You see some of the face. You can see the arms, like they're saying. You see a chest right here.
Yeah.
Legs. Yeah.
You see one arm, but you don't, unless I'm missing it, you don't really see the other arm on the other side of the body. And of course, the questions are here, was it like cut and pasted? Things like that.
Photoshop, AI, the typical suspects.
Yeah. AI makes a lot of this a lot more difficult to go through because it can do things that a human can't.
One thing I want to point out, I just checked because I just realized you do not see a reflection.
Yeah, there is no reflection in the water, but
then again, it's also not that, it's not close to the water. It's maybe a good 2-3 feet away from the water.
There's no shadow at all, but if you see, the whole thing is in shadow.
Yeah.
So there's no place for it to cast a shadow, really.
That's really interesting. Well, the belief is that aliens are monitoring us. It's just they're using some form of cloaking technology.
Not this guy.
Yeah, this guy's cloak must have failed on him or something.
Yeah.
I also want to point out he's doing the Patterson Bigfoot video stride and pose. Like, who?
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, man?
Well, I mean, I'm looking just kind of like you are. I don't know how close he is to the water, but there is no reflection. I'm zooming in and looking at the ground near his feet to see if there are like any footprints behind him.
Well, the problem is the quality of the camera. Once you zoom in closer, unless we had a way to clear this up,
yeah,
you can't see it that well. Because I'm at like what 300% on my PC. And that's just, you can see the blur.
Well, and I'm taking your zoom in and zooming it in on my tablet. To get even closer. And yeah, it's really, really difficult. It looks like there's a chance that the head isn't natural, but like they could have cut and pasted some of the sticks to form legs.
Yeah.
And stuff. But there's no way that they could get a head like that from the sticks in the area. Which, hold on, let me look. Yeah, the head kind of looks like you have a dark spot and then you have the cranium. So it's like they tried and then blacked in along the neck.
Yeah, it really is.
If it was done by a guy, because maybe the neck looked kind of fugly.
I don't know.
But realistically, the alien is in shade. There should not be shade here in a shaded area.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the light source looking at the alien should be over your shoulder toward the alien.
Yeah.
So once again, no shade on the neck.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what I almost want to say bull, honestly. I almost want to say this isn't real. I almost want to say this is some photo manipulation, but there's so much that I'm looking at here and I'm like, surely this is fake. Surely this is fake. But then I turn around, I look at it, I'm like, well, it's not got this. It's not got
Yeah.
you look for the shadow, like you said, but it's in the shade.
Yeah.
But then if you also look for footprints, you get too close to the video defragments and whatnot. But then at the same time, you're looking for the creature's reflection in the water. You're not seeing it, but it's also like a couple feet behind. It's a couple feet on the shoreline. I don't know.
Yeah.
If this is a hoax, bravo. You checked off. You made sure to make this one really questionable.
Yeah.
But
is there a way that you can take a picture of it without the circle around the alien? You think? If not, it's fine.
maybe,
But I was gonna kind of check out the picture without the circle in the water and where the footsteps are, in case the circle was obscuring those areas.
I don't know if I could, but let me just see if I can Google image it. By river. Let's see. Maybe if I Google image it, there's the original print.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I found it. There's also another photo here, which is okay, I think I got 3 possible scenario. I got 3 possible ways we could do this. So
Okay.
open a new tab. 4-foot tall see-through alien spotted. Let's see.
Yeah, because we pretty much know where the alien is in the picture.
Uh-huh.
I just need it without the red circle.
Let's see. Irene just messaged me and said it's proof of predators. Hey,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about the predator thing, but let's
Yeah.
see. I can't really bring it up because every time I try and get an image, let me see if I can. Can I just get every time I look for a photo of it, it's always got the ring outline on it.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you can't,
So
it's okay. It's just, it'd be better to look at it without the ring because it goes over where the footprint behind the back foot would be roughly, and it also goes across the water where the head should be.
all right, so here is the original photo in question. This is the original photo, but they highlighted it again with that ring, like you said.
Okay, but it is far out.
Yeah, now that's clearer than what we had it when we zoomed in.
Yeah.
How would you see that? If it wasn't for that ring, I wouldn't even know where it was.
Yeah. I'm looking through it as best as I can. From the angle that the camera's at, you're not going to catch the alien in the water, and you're too far away to see footprints in the sand. That's really all there is to it. So, yeah.
I don't know. That is an
But
interesting situation.
yeah, and it's definitely a shaded area though. There's
Yeah.
no way for light to cast any type of shade in there.
I mean, that's like what the third alien we had. Let's see, there was the Vegas aliens they said were translucent and could go invisible, but also materialize themselves to look solid. Peru claimed there were aliens last year attacking people, ripping their faces off, but they could fly and they could also go transparent. And now this, maybe aliens can be invisible. Maybe I'm not chasing ghosts, I'm chasing aliens. Maybe that's what it is. There's no ghosts. It's just aliens.
Yep, it's all aliens, just different versions.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to some more UFO stuff. That is just such a crazy looking. All right. Now, this one is interesting because this came out a couple days ago, too. This is one of the ones I really want to talk about besides the Bolivia case.
Okay.
A commercial pilot flying from Massachusetts to Pennsylvania reported seeing a puzzling orange-colored UFO that performed a fantastic maneuver in the sky and then seemingly flashed at his aircraft several times. Details of the intriguing sighting were captured in a remarkable recording. So we had the actual recording, I believe, here on this YouTube video.
Okay.
The pilot goes on to report observing something that just went from right to left in the blink of an eye, then flashed its lights 3 or 4 times, and then vanished. Upon being told that there were 2 aircraft in the vicinity, which might account for the odd illumination, the witness expressed skepticism and that suggestion, noting that this thing went 180 degrees in like a second.
Okay.
So the argument is with a lot of UFOs is that they're not flying with propulsion like planes do. They're flying through gravity. That is the big theory, is that some of these UFOs aren't using a propulsion system. They're using some type of gravity device to move as fast as they could. So I believe this video is...
Well, you're going to think I'm crazy. There's something that just went from right to left to right in a blink and then flashes lights 3-4 times and vanished.
Okay, well, I had an airplane cross from right to left, E-175, and now there's another one, 777 up there high off the right side that's descending to 28. That might be those 2 aircraft, I'm not sure.
This thing went 180 degrees in like a second.
Oh, goodness. All right. Yeah, let me know if you see it again. We'll make a report.
Well, the details, it literally went from one coast to the other in front of us, and then it went up like 30 degrees, turned off its lights or whatever it had. It looked like it's a bright orangey thing, and then since we spoke to you last, it flashed us like 3-4 times, and we are still looking at it now.
So where is it roughly if I was to give you a traffic call?
I would say probably 60, 80 miles in front of us, and it looks like it's coming, I don't know, it's flashing towards us. But it is definitely not an airplane. It doesn't have a strobe lights or anything on it. It's just this bright orange going on and off. Yep, this definitely wasn't an airplane.
Wow.
Okay.
I get some Close Encounters of the Third Kind vibe where they had the scene in the air traffic control tower where they're asking the guys, hey, do you want to report a UFO? That's some serious vibes right there.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no photos. There's no picture. I don't think pilots are allowed to have their phones in the cockpit of a flight.
No.
So,
I think they try to keep distractions down as much as possible.
Well, yeah. So I think I would love to have seen them have a photo of it. But
yeah.
the part at first I'm thinking, okay, what if it is just the light reflecting off of the airplane? Well, the guy also said this thing went 180 degrees in like a second. There's no possible way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. A bright orangey thing. I like that. Like I said, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. All right, let's go to the next one, and then we'll do a few more, and we'll call it for tonight. Yeah, I got quite a few more shit. I just realized this wasn't big. It's like we had a slow week last week and a week before, then all of a sudden, boom, here it all is. All right, a group of Ukrainian soldiers may have caught a flying saucer in their reconnaissance drone, okay?
Okay.
The U.S. has been supplying Ukraine with weapons for the past, it's been like, 2 years since the war started?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And so some of the things we have given them are the Predator drones that were built for, but never deployed into Afghanistan. A group of Ukrainian soldiers were left scratching their heads when their reconnaissance drones spotted a sizable saucer-shaped object hovering in the sky. The peculiar UFO sighting reportedly occurred early this month as the country's 406th Battalion was using thermal imaging UAV to keep an eye out for Russian adversaries. The exercise took a strange turn, however, when the drone caught sight of a cylindrical craft off in the distance. The weird anomaly understandably sparked a spirited debate among the soldiers operating the UAV, with one of the men wondering if the object could be what the object could be and why it was not moving. As the group observed the object, one of the soldiers marveled that it was a UFO, while another expressed confusion over the fact that the sizable object was not firing on the drone. Although they tried to get a closer look at the oddity by zooming in on it, this provided little clarity as it simply resembled a floating disc. Which, hey, we've been seeing those for years, and that's a flying saucer. One curious detail from the incident is that a soldier notes that the object is visible in infrared, but cannot be seen using the drone's thermal imaging. That's interesting.
So there's a wavelength, but not a thermal reading.
The tantalizing clip concludes with one of the soldiers asking if they should ram the UFO, which one imagines was a suggestion made in jest. As for what the object could be, if you ram a UFO in the middle of the Ukraine war, that's... All right, so here is the original video. You see it right there next to the X.
It's not moving. It doesn't look like any normal drone.
I definitely don't think it's a cloud.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I would like for them to have swapped from thermal to infrared to show us that it doesn't appear.
Yeah.
This is the second video we've had, the second article we've had today, which it had something extraterrestrial that was invisible.
Yeah.
So you had the alien earlier, and now this UFO that they can't see. What if you can't see it from the naked eye, and somehow the infrared here is the only way to pick it up? That's interesting. I don't know how would they explain if they even rammed it? That's a good question. If you ram that UFO,
it brings a whole new meaning to hashtag rush that monkey.
It'll be hashtag probe that alien, hashtag ram that alien.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think it's funny that there's no thermal imaging that can be gotten from it, or it doesn't read, but it'll read wavelengths off of it over infrared. I don't know that we want to ram something if we don't know what it is. Especially if it's thought that if it's UFO. I don't think we want a Independence Day type response.
I think the aliens would be very pissed off if they got hit by a drone. Now all of a sudden they're stuck in the middle of Ukraine with the Ukrainian soldiers on one side and the Russians on the other.
Yeah.
They get pissed.
Yeah.
On to our next subject.
We'll just leave that there.
Yeah. So I think we can skip this one for right now. We can come back to that one later. I think we might be done with aliens for the night. I think we might be done with it. Just making sure, because I bring up all these images, and yeah, we'll save those two for the next time. Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about paranormal ghosts. My kind of topic.
Yes, it is.
All right. So there is a video going around on the internet. CCTV moment. A ghost supposedly pushes a drink off bar as the owner is convinced the pub is haunted. Okay.
Okay.
The skin-crawling moment a ghost pushes a drink off a pub has been captured on CCTV, and its owner is convinced the place is haunted. In two strange videos, pints of beer can be seen slowly moving off a bar, seemingly on their own accord. The bizarre incident happened twice in 2 hours at the same spot. At the same boozer, drinkers at the Jolly Sailor Pub in Fawley near Southampton, hence say they now have suspicions of paranormal activity in their local area.
Well, that just sounds like a road trip for us, Tyler.
That would be, yeah. Do we have?
Gonna go worldwide with this.
Can we see the video? Can we quit getting all these stupid ads and see the actual video? Let's see. Manager Emily Waters, 33, said the bar is level and that it was completely dry, leaving her stumped. Miss Waters, who also managed the pub for 3 years, says the only explanation is a ghost haunt in the venue. Both incidents of the pint sliding off the edge of the bar are said to have happened on the same day. So this supposedly happened twice in the same day. Let's see. Can we? Okay, so there's a still shot for the first one. She looks like she's just chilling, reading a book.
Yeah.
Still shot for the second one. So yeah, it's two different angles. Is there? Okay, there's not. So that means I'm about to go on YouTube and see if I can't find actual video. Push.
Yeah, say it helped to have video on this because just pictures don't help much.
Yeah, the pictures don't help at all. We want to see the actual video. We want to see the actual moment. If you look at the ads, you get an idea what Tyler searches, shops for, or Susan if she's.
No, I look at the ads on Tyler's page and I'm reminded of what his other show makes him search for.
Yeah. All right. I believe I found the video, but the problem is, okay, it is. Oh, as soon as I clicked on the video, what happens? We get a stupid ad. All right.
Of course we do.
Yeah, no kidding, right? It's like we can't just watch the video.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try this. This comes from the Mirror. Of course, they're going to have their logo on it, so you can't really see nothing. So there's the beer bottle right there. Okay, to watch. Let's see.
Okay.
Well, it's being pulled by something.
Yeah, because it's not really, it's not fluid. It's not just sliding.
Now that one's fluid. That's
Sonny's back.
I want to go somewhere exotic.
nobody cares that
Can I
Sonny
use
is
these?
Don't
back.
mind if I go.
If I could get this stupid ad to stop. Because that second one, oh, I swear that.
Yeah, the second one seemed a bit more fluid than the first one
Yeah.
that it showed. It kind of seemed like it was yanking a bit.
Yeah, but the problem is I'm trying to play the video and it keeps jumping to ads and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever, Irene, you're fine. Can we load up the video, please? Okay. Let's see. This is the part where I gotta explain to Rob why all of a sudden This is the part where I explain to Rob why all of a sudden I have a best damn podcast style flip out on this show. Okay. Can we please just get both videos, no ads?
What if
Nope.
you worry about fleas and ticks again?
Gosh. Okay, so the ghost wanted a beer. I don't know if it's real or not. I can't watch because the mirror will sit there. The website, the mirror will sit there and say, "Oh, you want to watch a ghost video?"
Deep breath, Tyler. Deep breath. No one burped.
No, this wasn't nobody burping. No.
No one claimed to be Jesus.
This is not me sitting there screaming like, this is me just, frustrated.
Just
Like,
frustrated. Yeah.
at the mirror on the side, oh, you want to watch the ghost video? Sonny in Philadelphia's coming back and get good with that Dan DeVito, but fuck you. Sorry, Rob. So okay, we'll just
Tyler
say
tried, Rob. Tyler
we'll
tried.
just say it happened. Well, let's get to this. This one here is something I can find. This is very interesting because I heard about this in Crib. This is very interesting what happened here. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I know off of this. So a father, William Grave, Abe Lincoln was warned of his death before. Yeah, that's kind of a big belief. A dad got a chill up his spine when he spotted what looked like a ghost arm reaching into his baby's cot on the baby monitor. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't.
He believes could be his late mother moonlighting as a guardian angel.
Okay.
William Grave was checking the footage from his son Xander's baby monitor on Tuesday, February 5th, when he noticed something odd happen at 6:50 a.m. Watching the clip on his phone, the dad from Sheffield was stunned to see what looked like a ghostly hand reaching into his 9-month-old's cot while he was sleeping. In Xander's first night sleeping alone in his room, the footage caught on the baby monitor appears to pick up an eerie shadow appearing by Xander's cot. It seems to reach through the bars before disappearing. While all this is happening, little Xander stayed fast asleep in his bed and didn't wake up. William spent the whole day trying to find a sensible explanation for the video in hand, which at first he thought it might have been his wife, Grace Grave, who's 35. And Irene is saying, I believe I caught a ghost on my bird camera before. Give me a second. Okay. Go ahead and go look. And if you have one, we'll throw it up here. We'll see it.
Yeah.
But when Grace saw the clip herself, she said the hand in the video wasn't hers, wasn't wearing a Pandora bracelet that she always wears. That's when they realized something was afoot. So the belief is this baby, there's the first night in the baby's room, and that supposedly a hand reaches in to touch the baby. Don't know if that means the hand was trying to calm the baby, or I haven't seen the video yet. They think it's the mother who passed away just shortly before the baby's birth.
Okay.
Which I could see because I know when my nephew was born, there was some weird stuff going on because my nephew PJ was born a couple of years after my grandparents died, and there is some. I have tried so hard to get the evidence, but there is some strange video and pictures and audio from my sister's house that sounds like my grandparents.
Okay.
And my grandparents died in 2017. My nephew was born in 2019. So how that happened, how that's going on, I don't know. It still happens this day too.
Okay.
So I don't know. So, but with that said, here is the video in question. All right. Now it's labeled weirdly. It says dad captures ghost arm taking dummy from child's crib. That's not the case. This is the video in question. All right. So
Okay.
I don't know why it's labeled this way. Let's see. See, look at that.
Yeah.
Just real fast. Like it's up above the ceiling.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like it takes something out of the bed.
Yeah, or fold something over or
Yeah, yeah.
something.
That's really fast and really interesting. And the thing is, too, is you're also not seeing anybody walk in. Because, see, you see.
Yeah, it looks when the arm drops down, like it looks like there's like a little gap in the blanket. But when the arm moves up, it looks like it covers up that gap with white blanket.
There is some kind of, I just noticed this. There is a mass here. Reaches in real fast, but then it's gone.
Okay.
See, there's slow motion of
There's
it.
the hand. It covered up the little gap that I was talking about.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, what is that?
So it
What?
covers.
All right. Now
Okay.
watch here in the top where the mouse pointer is at. Watch in that corner there, and you'll see it looks like it just kind of walks in, but it's very strange. Watch. See, it blocks out that light, comes around to the side of the
Okay.
bed, reaches in,
Yeah,
and then it's gone.
it's gone.
There's
Yeah, it
no.
doesn't.
It's
Yeah, it
like
doesn't walk back or anything
yeah,
like that.
which
It
is
just
interesting
it's
because
just gone.
it's like it reaches in, it does something to the blanket, and then poof, the mass itself is gone too.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever it is just walked in, materialized, walked in, tucked the baby in, and then poof, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
That is so weird. That I gotta say, I can't think of an explanation for. If it's not the wife, it's not him. It says it's taking the pacifier.
It's
What?
taking the pacifier?
So this little area here. Oh, right there. Wait. Well, there is like a black mass where it's
Yeah.
gone. That and the camera footage isn't really that good, but I mean, it's focusing on the bed. It's not focusing on what's behind it. What in the hell is it? If it's not the mother, it's not the father. The ghost is taking the dummy, which is British for pacifier. Oh, the article did say the guy was from. Did the article say he was from? Let's see. Did the article say whether or not the guy was actually from the United Kingdom? That's a good question. Yeah, Wales.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
That's one of those things. What do you think? What do you think it could be?
Well, there's not a body leaving. You can see something come in from the upper right corner of the video.
I'm sorry, it's not Wales, it's Sheffield.
It's the UK.
Yeah, it's the UK. So yeah.
So, but you see something come in. You see something reach in and grab something. And you see this darkened area become lighter, like it's folding the blanket over or something. Something has been moved.
Yeah.
And then the body just disappears. It doesn't walk back out of the room. It doesn't continue to walk through the room because we both saw that there's a door past where it stopped. It just disappeared.
Yeah.
Let's
see.
I can't think of much.
I'm reading more of the article. The guy claims it could be his mother who passed away. But he also says they've been living in a 3-bedroom semi-detached house since 2004. He says he and his family have seen strange things in his house before. He even wrote a book called The Lady in the Bay Window about all the weird things in his house. William added, before I moved into this house, I had never experienced anything paranormal happening to me, but now I class myself as a skeptic with an open mind, which is how you should be.
Yeah.
Because I've seen things I can't explain in this house. The Lady in the Bay Window has been seen 5 times in our house by 4 different people. So was it the Lady in the Bay Window like he's saying, or was it the mother? I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest question. I think the fact that it is a spectral something, I think that seems to be guaranteed. Because there's not really an editing trick or a lighting hack that you can do that would cause that effect. And then to have the body just disappear.
Yeah. I'm guessing a mother who has died. Irene, did you ever find that ghost video you think you might have got? Her motherly instincts kicked in and has her energy so high that we see her. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Mothers can do some scary stuff when that adrenaline kicks in. Well,
Yeah.
as we're waiting to see if Irene finds that video, let's get to our last two articles of the night and then we'll call it. This is just weird stuff.
Okay.
And I love this one. There's two weird videos. I sent you a video, but it wasn't the best one. Okay, so she sent the videos. Let's go on Facebook. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Irene did send a video. All right. It wasn't the best one, she says. I could tell why. This must have been during a rainstorm or something like that. This is a video Irene sent. Irene, I'm not sure. Is this like your backyard or front porch? Let's see. The camera is motion sensor. Oh, okay. So there's something triggered the motion sensor camera to go on.
Okay.
Back porch, she says. Okay. I'm looking to see if there's anything out of the ordinary. This is what I normally do when I look at ghost videos we record. I just kind of replay it over and over, look at a certain area and be like, okay, what's different here? It's by the corner. I just saw that. Yeah. It's by the corner of the house. I think I just saw that. So this is by the corner of her house. What is that? What's right here? What is that? Do you see it?
No. I'm
not sure if it's a lighting.
Next to that window.
It's too hard to tell, but it looks like something back here. Yeah, I can't tell. I think it's either a lighting or it's a shadow. Yes, there is a ghost, and that wasn't the first time. So, Irene, this area here where I'm pointing at, is that what you're talking about? Right here next to the window? Here, let me do this so that way you guys can actually see my mouse cursor. Because now I'm interested. See right here. All right. This area right here. Something like, I don't know. This here, Irene, is that what you're talking about? Yeah. It's like a real... She says yes. It's like a quick blink and you'll miss it. Like a little boop. Okay, now watch this area here. You'll see something like flash in or something. But I can't tell if it's the IR sensor reflecting light off of something or if it's actually something back there. Right here.
You see, I'm looking at it and I can't.
Yeah, the quality of it, I'm going to guess this was taken during the middle of a rain. It was either raining or snowing or there was water or something, but I'm looking, I see something kind of back there, but I can't tell. It doesn't look like it's like a spirit or a body or something. It looks more like it's a light reflecting off the camera and causing the camera to focus on something else.
Yeah. It's difficult for me to see what it
Yeah.
is, and I'm even zooming in on that specific spot to see if there's any difference whatsoever. The only thing I've noticed is like along the base of that window door thing, Like you see how it goes off into the corner of the
Uh-huh.
door, and then along the ground, there seems to be like a little lump.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
Like, I don't know, maybe like a mouse. Maybe.
Maybe. She said she sent another one, so let's try this one.
Okay.
Let's see what she. Oops. Ever since Facebook decided to add PIN numbers to your Facebook Messenger. Facebook. Zuckerberg. All right.
There's comments I'd usually make that I would do to attempt to get myself kicked off of Facebook, but not here, not on this podcast.
Adam, I think we found the culprit. I
Yeah.
think we found the culprit. It's a possum. It's
Yeah.
a possum.
Yep.
Irene, what the heck? You had me all going. What's he eating? He's eating some
Nom
fries.
nom nom.
He-
Nom
he's
nom
going- He's
nom.
going to town on that. Yeah.
Yep.
That's her bird feeder. Yeah, he's going to town on that bird seed.
Mm-hmm.
Irene, you you jerk.
It's a ghost. No, it's
big,
not.
It's Bigfoot. No, it's just my pet opossum named Stumpy.
Yeah.
He shows up on the bird feeder. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to the last two news articles and get the hell out of here for tonight. So,
Okay.
a while back, we reported on the popular Bigfoot statue in Tennessee. This thing has been stolen once, returned once, stolen again, returned, stolen a third time, and the police returned it. Since then, Bigfoot has not moved an inch, right? Well, Sassy the Sasquatch has once again been stolen from the Cooper home.
Sassy the Sasquatch.
They call it
Okay.
Sassy the Sasquatch. Why would you steal a Sasquatch statue? Bigfoot
They
bandit.
dressed it up, apparently? What the?
I don't know. Some sticky-fingered ne'er-do-wells in Tennessee swiped a rather sizable Sasquatch statue that was something of a neighborhood icon thanks to its ever-changing seasonal attire. The latest case of Bigfoot banditry reportedly occurred earlier this week in the city of Memphis when a 250-pound piece had sat outside the home of resident Jennifer Jordan, who dresses the statue in various holiday-themed outfits throughout the year. Now, see, if I had a Bigfoot statue, I would do that. That sounds kind of cool. However, on Monday morning, some pranksters seemingly got an early start on April Fool's Day when they snatched the statue from her yard. My neighbor texted me at 7 and said that Sassy was stolen.
Oh, no.
Jordan recalled explaining that the witnesses was unable to identify a burgundy truck as a vehicle used by the thieves. After sharing the disappointing news of the statue's disappearance to the local social media site Nextdoor, she was flooded with responses from neighbors who were understandably irritated that someone would pilfer such a popular part of the community. So this thing has been stolen several times.
Okay.
And
at some point in time, don't you just bolt it to the ground?
Yeah.
Like into the concrete.
So she's been there for a little over 7
This
years.
lady that owns the big
And I came home from the gym about 6:30 yesterday morning, and about 30 minutes later, a neighbor had seen somebody pick her up, which was very heavy, and put them in the truck and drove off. She's about 3 feet and just solid concrete. Yep. So it's very heavy. Well, I mean, I dress her up, so she's dressed up for almost every holiday. So right now she's in Memphis Tiger gear. She's got her own little football jersey, and she's wearing a white tutu wrapped in some solar lights, so she lights up at night. And, I mean, she's kind of a neighborhood icon. Everybody just loves to walk by her, and she brings smiles to people, and people take selfies with her. It's pretty cute. It looked like they were, picking up things on the side of the road, although she was not on the side of the road. you hoping it was an
Oh,
innocent thing. But,
come on!
she's a staple in Cooper Young.
Where's Bubba for this?
Where's
Where
Bubba?
is Bubba for this?
Oh, Bubba's getting
It's,
an apartment
she's
soon, I
unique to
think,
them,
right? As
to
soon
Cooper Young.
I'm gonna buy him a Bigfoot statue dressed up. You figure it's like you said, you would bolt it or chain it to the ground. But
Yeah, especially if it's concrete.
yeah.
You just drill through the concrete base into the concrete underneath it and then bolt it.
I gotta see what there's some photos online of what this thing looks like. Surely there's some photos online of this thing dressed up. There has to be.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
Sassy the
Just look
Scratch.
up Sassy the Sasquatch on Google and look up pictures. I'm sure.
Well, I got
There will
Sassy the
be things that-
Sasquatch, but it's a Sasquatch that looks like it's been smoking weed with Bubba. No joke. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not finding photos of it, but I'm finding some weird ass freaking pictures. Yeah, I don't know what Sassy the Sasquatch is, but that show looks weird. Sassy the Sasquatch statue, Tennessee. I gotta see. Okay, here we go. Here's at least. Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
Well, Sassy could be a woman. So, how many times have they stole this thing then? How many times has this statue actually been stolen? This is what, the third time?
Yeah, that's Sassy there.
Yeah. So that's what it looks like. See, that's what she needs to get. She needs to get a full-size big statue, like a large picture, like a large statue like this, so nobody steals it. Dude, that is a weird. That's creepy looking there. That is not something. See, that's the one she's in right now, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, lady, get a full-size one. Get one like this size here. Let's see somebody try and lift that thing up, for crying out loud. That looks like it's bronze.
Yeah, get it cast in bronze. No one will move that.
Yeah, if you're gonna sit there and you watch on your doorbell camera, somebody lifts up a bronze Bigfoot statue, you're just like, bro, what are you on?
You get it cast in copper. See how many crackheads try to move it to catch that in.
You'll find Sassy all hacked up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, and our final story of the night. I love how people do this shit. I'm just going to read the article, then we'll play the video.
Okay.
A hacked sign in Washington City has caused drivers to do a double take due to its very weird and warning that there were, quote, angry raccoons ahead.
Angry raccoons.
Angry raccoons. According to a local media report, the odds caution was spotted by motorists during Wednesday morning's commute in the city of Spokane. Since the community has not been overrun by mad trash pandas, it was quickly determined that the warning was the work of an enterprising individual who managed to change the sign's message by gaining access to its keyboard thanks to its unsecured lock. So for those of you who don't know, the signs that say like slow down, caution ahead, construction ahead, that stuff that happens during the summer, they have a keyboard which will let you type in what you say. But 9 times out of 10, that panel is unlocked. So you could get in there and type up whatever you want. And this person apparently did, but thank God he put down the word mad raccoons, because there's been some dirty stuff. The co-owner of the company that supplied the signs to the city, Andy Biggs, marveled that this is the first time that's happened that I can remember. He also expressed relief that the message was clever rather than crude, musing that we are fortunate that it wasn't rated R to an end. Residents in the area were largely amused by the mad raccoon warning. I'm sorry, but you know what? Here's the video. Whoever did this, It's funny, but you're still an asshole.
A traffic sign near Audubon Park in Spokane has gotten some attention. Apparently, it got hacked.
Angry raccoons ahead.
I want to do this so
And
bad.
It was supposed to be saying something about traffic, but it said angry raccoons ahead. So the sign is getting a lot of laughs from drivers. The city, though, they weren't amused. Crews made their way out and they were able to correct it in just a few hours. But we learned it was because someone forgot to lock up the box. When
Hi,
they left.
Susan.
So it wasn't very hard to get in there and change the message.
I was going to say, how certain are we that there weren't angry raccoons?
You know, you never know.
You got to watch those angry raccoons because they're probably the ones that stole Sassy the Sasquatch.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You can't tell me that no one was amused by that sign.
The
Come on.
city is just like oh, we are totally unamused by the fact that someone hacked our sign. You know how worse it could be.
Someone defiled our our traffic sign.
Do you know how bad? Be thankful it said angry raccoons. When we say be thankful because it could have said a whole lot worse.
Yeah. And I'll refrain what some of the signs could have said because this podcast is not the time nor the place for it.
It's time and place, but is that Irene?
The bird feeder looks about the same, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see, okay. So I see the actual image now. So that's what. So that what we were seeing was something over here, but you were seeing something under the window. Probably that possum. So.
Okay.
Oh, she was watching YouTube video. I was sitting there thinking, that's Irene? I've only seen like a few pictures of her. Well, that's all I got for a night. We've went over a couple hours. I know we had a lot to catch up on. A lot to go over. There's still some stuff we didn't get to tonight, such as Tibet cloning goats using the technology used to create Dolly. That happened last week.
Okay.
That's back. They're going to start cloning animals again, I guess, which, well, you know, if it helps with people with world hunger, you know, maybe clone meat be good. I don't know.
Hey, a sustainable food source.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's how they will keep animals like the polar bears from having an issue is, you know, maybe they'll clone polar bears. I don't know. So, well, I ain't got really much of anything else. I'd say we've done it all for a night. Rob, I'm sure, will be back next weekend if he's not working too much. If not, I'll probably be filling in again, and we'll probably either bring Bubba or we'll bring in Adam or we'll bring in both. We might just say, you know what, let's have a fan night.
Yep, it's really good to come on and join you, and I enjoy helping out.
It's good to have you on. Good to have you on. I know we've got a few interviews coming up. I've been talking to 3 individuals who want to come on for an interview, so stay tuned for that. We'll have more news about that, more announcements. Other than that, that's basically all I got. So let's hit the music.
Just hashtag rush that monkey. We need photos. We need them bad.
Hashtag, or as Google AI says, dress seductively. Put the lighting down low. Romance that monkey. Romance that monkey. And play that good old The Lion Sleeps Tonight by the Tokens. I'm probably not going to play it again. I'm going to add that to the soundboard. So that way, whenever you have something like that, it's like, yeah, let's just play this real quick. So,
fun fact, my senior year of high school in vocal jazz, I performed that at Millikan University. The high-pitched part.
The high-pitched voice, the part of The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Yep.
Okay, hang on a minute. You mean, I know I don't want to overdo the joke. I don't want to overdo the joke, but, you know, I got to bring this up. All right. So, this part here.
Yeah.
You did that.
Yeah.
That was you. How young were you?
Yeah, it'll take some practice.
It'll
But
take
yeah,
some practice. You haven't done it for a while, but how old were you when you did that?
18.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well.
Yeah. When I went to colleges for music ministry, I had the option to go for nuclear engineering at U of I, but instead I went to
Whoa,
Lincoln
whoa,
Christian
hold on.
College.
You almost went for nuclear engineering. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
You went from singing "The Lion Sleeps Tonight" to the possibility of freezing positrons. That's
Yeah.
incredible. That's awesome.
Yep.
Wow.
I consider myself someone who has skills.
Certainly, I would agree. You have a certain set of skills.
Yeah. Nothing
So,
that makes me a headache for anyone, but enough to get it done.
we're gonna start calling you the Skilled Adam. That's what we'll start calling you. That'll be your nickname from now on. All right. Well, like I said, Rob, I'm sure we'll be back next week. If not, we'll do another show. Like I said, maybe we'll have Adam, Bubba. Maybe we'll be both. It just depends on who's available and whatnot. We'll bring you some more news. Adam, where can people find you at next?
Well, as far as I know, they can find me weekly on a podcast I do that usually starts at 4 p.m. on Sundays. Just a bunch of us, like friends.
What? You
I
cut
have
out
no
for a
idea
minute.
what just happened there.
I don't know. I was just sitting here. I was getting ready to close everything. I didn't touch anything. I didn't kick you out. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Continue.
No, it's cool. Other than that, I'm usually just at my house with my 2.5-month-old daughter and my darling fiance and her oldest daughter. So,
Yep, that's true. And I have met Adam before. He's a swell guy. They're both stand-up people. So, do you want to drop the name of your podcast? 'Cause I don't know what happened there. You cut out before you could say anything else.
yeah, I didn't really say the name just in case, but it's Mayhem's Amigos. When we're not talking just about random stuff, we try to promote local music. I think most of the podcasts, including yours, Tyler, likes to promote local stuff.
Yep.
And we just want some of the local artists just to get some recognition, get out there, and who knows, maybe the next local band you hear, maybe they're the next up and coming stuff. You don't know.
Yep, you never know. I know I'm getting ready to start a podcast here in a few weeks if I get everything taken care of that's going to hopefully feature local bands and local music. I just got to finalize some ideas with some people. We will see local in the Springfield area, Jacksonville area, that kind of stuff. So,
okay.
As for me, the next broadcast I'll be on is, let's see, there's an open invitation to haunt Adam if you're a vampire. Adam, are they invited?
No. Vampires are not invited into my home.
I would agree. I think vampires are not allowed in my house unless they're bringing in alcohol or they want to come on for an interview or something along those lines. So, all right. As for me, I'll be on the Best Damn Podcast. We are going to be live Wednesday, March 15th. For all you Weird Frequency people, we are doing a special charity event for Wrestling for a Cure. $10 donations. And Adam has already told me straight up this is a horrible idea, but I see this as an absolute win. $10 donations to Wrestling for a Cure. I'll be waxing my beard, waxing my armpit hair, waxing my body. Now, here's where we throw that little Best Damn Podcast comedy in. $20 donation to Wrestling for a Cure. And instead of using the wax strips, we'll be using Gorilla Tape.
So everybody, bear in mind, I tried to talk Tyler out of this.
He did.
Bit it up and show Tyler that I was right. Hey, it's for a good cause. Let's make it worth it.
It is for a good cause. It's for the children. And like I said, tune in Wednesdays at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is about when we run, and then we also play on Fridays from 7 p.m. to about 9. So catch us there.
Who knows? You might see me in the chat room.
Oh, he pops in quite frequently. He's the king of the chat room, I think, is what what was it somebody said once? Come for the show, stay for where the hell you say in the chat room.
I have been endearingly referred to as the Juggernaut on that podcast. It's up to you on whether or not you see some of the stuff that flies onto the chat room from my keyboard. You'll never know if you don't show up, though.
Yep, and it's just like Irene says, all the proceeds we make off this charity podcast, the fire sale, will be going to St. Jude's. So that's what matters most. That's what matters most. All right, well, on behalf of everybody's favorite big boss, secret agent Hansen, Rob Hansen, who I'm sure will be back next week, but if he's not, we'll do another show with his blessing, of course, the blessing of St. Rob. I'm Tyler. That is the Juggernaut himself, Adam. Make sure to rush that monkey, probe that alien, scream at that ghost, and
swim with Nessie.
And watch for angry raccoons. And we will catch you next weekend on Weird Frequencies. Good night, everybody. Have a great week.
Good night, everybody.